What's going on, guys? Back once again, and the Nuggets just beat the Timberwolves, and it was a good game for the Nuggets in some quarters. The first quarter we had like 5 turnovers, and then and we kind of took care of it. It was like what, from like 3 minutes to 1 minute left in the third. We kind of blew it, let them come back in, started turning it over a lot more, but then we kind of took charge, and it was great and all. Once again, Anthony Towns, I can now stand his screaming. Swear to God, you think that man's getting raped every time he drives in. He is non-stop screaming. Like if you scream every single time, I could hear it through the announcers' mics every single time, kind of have a problem. I don't hear a lot of screaming from Kat. I don't hear really any screaming from Rudy or like anyone else. It's just Anthony Towns. Whenever he drives in, he is always screaming at the top of his lungs, and it is so fucking annoying. Like, I'm honestly at the point where I might just clip every single time he's driven in this series just to show you guys that he's literally screaming at the top of his lungs. Like, this man is screaming murder every single time he drives in, which is weird because he's built like a goddamn football player. So it's kind of astonishing to me how he just screams and yells. And yeah, it's kind of odd. Another thing, he had a really nice chase down block on KCP. However, the dude was out of bounds. He was out of bounds when he jumped back in. You see Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray's reaction was like that. Like he was pointing because Anthony Edwards, his left foot was in bounds, but his right foot was out of bounds when he jumped. You have to have both feet established in bounds before you touch the ball when you run out of bounds. It doesn't matter if you were the last person to touch it or not. Like, you can't have one foot out of bounds, one foot in bounds, and then jump to go grab it. Like, you have to have both feet established in bounds. So technically he was out of bounds. If you watch the replay, I even watched it because some people were saying that. At first I didn't see it. I was like, God damn, he recovered nicely. But then I saw people saying he was out of bounds. And when I rewatched, I was like, it kind of looks suspicious. But it was so fast. And KCP was like kind of in the way. So I went to YouTube, saw the highlights. Of course, they had that play on there. And then I slowed it down to 0.25 speed. And sure enough, you can see his left leg, because his left leg is in, but his right leg is out. And that's out of bounds. Yeah. Refs missed that one. But he's literally the only person I could complain about, and it's not because he's like drawing a lot of. It's just because of his screaming. His screaming is so fucking annoying. I just want to be, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, I swear to God, someone needs to, like, they have security there. I'm surprised like they're not arresting people on the court, because like, this man's screaming and we're afraid he's getting murdered because he's screaming at the top of his lungs as if someone's breaking into his house with like 16 AK-47s and he's just screaming for his life. That's no joke how he sounds, and it irritates the shit out of me. He's the only one that I could hear screaming every single time he drives in. Every single time. I'm like, bro, shut up, please. Good God. Besides me bitching about Anthony Towns, always screaming. And like I said, it sucks too, because I really like Anthony Towns. I think that guy's a fucking baller. He's the only reason why the Timberwolves are actually like, why it's even like a close game half the time, is because Anthony Edwards is keeping him in the game. Anthony Edwards is like carrying the team. He's a hell of a player. He's really fucking good. I respect his game, except for the screaming. I'm just like, bro, shut up. That's the only downside of his game that I do not like, is him screaming bloody murder. So now that I got that off my chest, let's talk about the refs. If you guys are gonna sit there and say that the refs are baby in Denver, please watch that game and look at the free throw attempts. Last I checked, I believe Denver shot like 13. Denver shot 13 free throw attempts, right? So they had 13 free throw attempts the entire game. Timberwolves had 35. Timberwolves shot 35 free throws compared to Denver's 13. And you can't tell me that Jokic is getting like a 20-point triple-double. I think he had 2 threes. So out of the 6 points, so out of the other 14, he didn't get fouled at all. Like he didn't go shoot free throws. I don't even think he shot free throws this game towards the end. I don't even know if he shot free throws. I really don't. I don't remember seeing him at the line. I saw him at the line a couple times last game. I remember he was missing. I'm like, bro, really? Like, oh, dude, I gotta sneeze. Huh? Anthony Towns knows I'm talking about him. Bug is like, fuck that guy. But so yeah, it's just ridiculous. Jokic is, yeah, it's absurd that they shot 35 free throws to Denver's 13. So you can't even sit there and say the refs are trying to help Denver win, because the Timberwolves damn near shot triple the amount. of free throws that Denver shot. So I don't want to hear none of that shit about refs. Also, what was I gonna say? The free throw attempts, and then well, actually that's really awesome to talk about. It was ludicrous how many free throw attempts they got. Oh, in the third quarter, they were in the bonus with like 8 minutes and like it was like 8 minutes 13 or something like that. Like not even 8 minutes into the quarter, and they're already in the bonus. If that's not bullshit, I don't know what is. Like, we're not talking about like if you're halfway through the quarter and you're in the bonus. I'm like, God, that's kind of a lot. They weren't even 4 minutes into the third quarter, and the Timberwolves are already in the bonus shooting free throws for every foul. It was fucking ridiculous. The refs were like, it was just, if you're gonna sit there and be like, oh my God, the refs helped Denver. No, the fuck they did not, because 29 points from the Timberwolves were free throws. Damn near 30 points were free throws, compared to Denver's like 11. So it was damn near a 20-point disparity between free throw points, and it's fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't want to hear nothing about the refs trying to help Denver win the series, because they were dick riding the Timberwolves hard this game. It was ridiculous. Like those are the two things I was going to bitch about this whole game, was Anthony Edwards screaming and the refs with the free throw attempts. Because the only reason why Denver got 13 at the end was because towards the end, then they were in the bonus. In the fourth quarter, they were in the bonus. Before they entered the fourth quarter, I checked. Denver shot 5 free throws heading into the fourth quarter. 5. And I think the Timberwolves, when I checked going into the fourth, they're like 23, 24, around there. They're like 20, 23. So it was 23 free throws to 5 free throws going into the fourth quarter. So I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, the refs are trying to help Denver win. No, the fuck they're not. They're trying to help Timberwolves win, but Denver shot damn near 60%, I think. So yeah, that's pretty much what helped us win. So with all the negatives, I'll probably come back to the fucking refs thing, because that shit was annoying. Besides that, Jokic triple-double. What was it, like 20, 10, and 11 or something like that? Or 20, 11, and 10, something like that. He had a quiet game. Honestly, it felt quiet. It was a good team win. Jamal Murray wasn't as hot as he was before, which is a given. I don't expect him to pull 40 out and then 50. Excuse me, and then 50 and then another 40 piece or something, you know? Like, I expect him to do what he needs to do in order to win, and we didn't need him to go off for 40. MPJ had like, what, 25? Dude, MPJ was balling, dude. Like, he was driving it in. He was taking it on Gobert. I'm like, MPJ, I don't know what's going on with you. I fucking love it, dude. Keep it up. Like, play aggressive, get your shots, keep doing those follow-ups too on those offensive boards, because you're getting a lot. I noticed Aaron Gordon has been in free throw or foul trouble a lot this series, so it's kind of hard to get him incorporated into the group. I think literally every single game he's had 3 fouls in the first half. I'm pretty sure he's been in foul trouble a lot this series. So, you know, but yeah, Jamal Murray didn't really need to do a lot. Christian Brown, bro, I thought he was about to just yak on fucking Gobert, bro. I thought Gobert blocked it and then it somehow still went in. I don't know, that shot was weird. It still went in. So I'm like, dude, kudos to fucking Brown, man. That guy's turned it up. Bruce Brown, at the beginning he did a stupid play, and I always say Bruce Brown, he always does one stupid play a game, 1 or 2 stupid plays a game. I'm just like, why is he in there? But then he does like these floaters and like these jump shots and like these drive-ins and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's why I forgot. So he does a stupid play to make me be like, why is he there? And then he does a bunch of good plays and I'm like, oh, that's why. So he did really well. Jeff Green, I'm still kind of iffy on Jeff Green. I know he played decent. He actually played decent today. I'm not gonna lie. Or last night, he played pretty decent. Usually I'm just all like, I don't know why he's in there. But he actually played fairly well. Who else? KCP played at, actually he did really well at the beginning. I just remember he had like an open 3, then he had another bank 3. I remember that bank 3. I was like, oh boy. I hope he called that one. So yeah, overall it was a good team game. And that's what's kind of nice about Denver, is we don't need Jamal Murray to go off for 40. Because honestly, like, and I've said this before, I'm telling you, man, if you guys watch my videos, you guys know, I've said like our team is dangerous because any given night, someone could go off for 25, 30 points. Jokic, could be Murray, Aaron Gordon's done it a couple times early in the season. MPJ could do it. Like, it could be anyone. We have literally 4 out of our 5 starters could pop off for 30 in any given night. and kind of like it doesn't need to be Jokic. You know, I don't think KCP will ever get 30. I think the most we could expect out of him is like maybe 20. Bruce Brown, same. Maybe like a 20. Christian Brown, maybe like a 10, 15, you know. But between MPJ, so my list of like the three you need to worry about is our big three: Murray, Jokic, MPJ. Those three, any given day, could get a 30 point game. Aaron Gordon is a little bit more rare, but he can do it. And is it weird? But it seems like Aaron Gordon's jump shot has just fallen off. Like he had a little jump shot and he fucking airballed it from like the free throw, mid range. I'm like, Aaron Gordon, are you okay? Like I swear, like when he shoots it, like I don't think it's gonna go in ever. Like I swear his jump shot is just fallen off. It's weird. But with all the passes and when he's aggressive, he could get 30. So we have like three players that could get 30 any given night. A fourth player that's a little bit more rare to get 30, but can still do it. And then our other starter could get like 20, you know, just depending on if he's hitting or not. So it's just, we have a very dangerous team. Whereas the only one that I'm really worried about in the Timberwolves is Anthony Towns. Cause like I said, or Carl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards. I've been calling him Anthony Towns the entire time. Shit, I'm so sorry. Anthony Edwards. Fuck, dude. I hate how it's Carl Anthony Towns and then Anthony Edwards. I get so confused. I know at the beginning of the video I was saying Anthony Towns. Anthony Edwards, bro. My bad. Anthony Edwards screams bloody murder. Him. Not Anthony Towns. Anthony Towns, he bitches, but I don't hear him screaming at the top of his lungs. Like, he'll bitch a lot. I'm like, bro, because they bitch about not getting fouls called. You can't tell me Jokic is not getting hacked. I see almost damn near every time he drives in, Rudy Gobert is like in his grill and he's hitting, like when Jokic turns, he's hitting his elbow. There's one play where Jokic is doing the fucking Macarena because he's over here like he's getting hit like literally everywhere. So he's just sitting here like doing this shit, running down the court. Like, I'm like, he's not wrong because that man's getting fucking hacked and they're not calling anything. It's really pissing me off. And it's like, I don't know if it's because Jokic isn't screaming bloody murder or what, like Anthony Edwards is. Anthony Edwards. But yeah, like Anthony Townsend, like they'll like, oh, they'll bitch and shit. But Jokic is getting hacked just as much as you guys, so stop bitching. Like, Jesus Christ. The only one that's really screaming at the top of his lungs, like I said, Anthony Edwards. That's who it was, not Anthony Towns. Anthony Edwards. He's the only one I'm worried about on the Timberwolves. Anthony Towns, I think, had like 20 points, 25 points this game. But the last two games, he hasn't done anything. Rudy Gobert's averaging like probably like 18, 19, 20 points. But he had a little jump shot. He did a little turnaround jump shot, and I'm just like, huh. I think that's the first time I've ever seen him shoot a jump shot. And even the announcers were like, wow, that's a rare for Rudy to do that. I was like, yeah, it fucking was. I don't remember the last time I've seen him make a jump shot, but he did. So yeah, the only one I'm really worried about is Anthony Edwards. He's the one who screams bloody murders, not Anthony Towns. Sorry, Anthony Towns. Sorry, Anthony Edwards. I got you guys fucking confused. I should just say Cat and Anthony Edwards. But yeah, so I'm not really worried about Cat. Not really too worried about Gobert. I'm worried about Anthony Edwards. That man is a savage. So yeah, if you could just shut up when he drives in, or at least not scream as loud. Like I swear to God, if the announcers are at one end of the court and they're playing at this side, you could hear him screaming from this side all the way at that. Like, I swear to God. Like, I'll call 911 for him if he needs it. But yeah, the Nuggets, yeah, we got, like I said, three players that could get 30 any given night. The fourth one, it could happen. And, you know, like, it's a scary team, man. I honestly still think the Timberwolves might win the next game. I was saying that I think the Timberwolves will win a game and it's going to go to 5. So, but we're 3-0. So we'll see if the Nuggets come out to play. We could do a sweep. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Timberwolves put up a fighting chance and we lost the next one, went home to Denver and won in Denver. That's what I'm expecting. We lose one on the road, we'll go back to Denver and win. If we do win, it'll be a very nice surprise. I'll be very happy. On to, let's be real, the Phoenix Suns, which I don't know if I should be worried. Like, Chris Paul's like 36, but that dude is still fucking hitting those mid-range shots and shit. He's still a little feisty motherfucker. Kevin Durant, we could switch up options. DeAndre Jordan always has Jokic. And then Devin Booker with KCP on him. It's going to be a good matchup. And I think our bench is deeper than theirs. So, you know, I wasn't worried about them before they got Durant. Now they have Durant. I'm like a little bit worried. But our bench has shown that they can keep up with them. So if our bench could keep up, I'm sure our starters can. But I'll talk about that more if we win. Next game, game 4, if we win. Basically, whatever game that we win this series on, I'll go in depth about what I think for the next series. So for me, guys, good team win. Everyone, like I think like 5-6 players had double digits points. It was a good team win. Just the refs were a bunch of bullshit. 35 free throw attempts for the Timberwolves compared to our 13. That's just ridiculous. I don't know who they're betting on. Obviously the Timberwolves for that game. And then Anthony Edwards screaming at the top of his lungs. That bugs me. But other than that, that's it. Good team win. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for the next game.